Yeah. We really boxing. Who wanted the baddest? Let's see.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video. Put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO. Bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO. This how it's finna go. I'ma throw some jabs. Make them think my punch is weaker than I hook his ass. This the ring, not the kitchen, but I'ma cook his ass. Me and him, that's the pro versus the rookie class. All my life I had to fight, but I still love it. Me and BVO got moves that you can't steal from us. And these haters be throwing shots, but I don't feel nothing. I ain't gonna lie, shit, they alright, but we a little rougher. Step up for the title and face your rival, this ain't no little tussle. Bet I be no bird, being chicken to get your feathers ruffled. Footwork, I'm dancing around my opponent like the Cupid shuffle. Good work, bodies hit the flow, they can't move a muscle. The upside is we ain't in the streets, shooting and shooting up. Catch me in the ring, sticking, moving and suited up. I know everybody can eat, but I ain't full enough. Oh, you said it's smoking some beef? I guess I'm pulling up. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video. Put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO. Bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy BVO Boxing, man. It's your boy Tommy, the brother from the Bronx, man. Probably the worst city in America, but you know, BVO coming from the best city in America, Cleveland, Ohio, man. On Victory Sunday as usual, so we getting into it early, man. Salute to my man CDK in the building, salute to my man Shelton, talking about them raggedy 49ers. You got to remember, the Browns crushed them.
They
Never
did.
Forget that. Never
they
forget
did.
That.
They crushed the Niners.
And the Lions, you know, hey, at the end of the day, until y'all get rid of Jared Goff, man, y'all never gonna do nothing, man. But we got a big talk today. We're talking about, of course, the last Showtime card, man. It was sad to see him go, man. Showtime, I think, been around for over 30 years. So to see them get out of the business, man, was kind of sad, man. My brother Tommy hit me up and said, we got to say something about this, man. So we came up real quick to talk about this, and we seen probably the best black fighter we've seen in probably 25 years in David Morrell Jr. This brother is special. I mean, you can't put him in where a tomato can because he might bite their head off, man. He looked like a monster in there. What you think about him, Tommy?
I mean, you using the word special. That's in only 10 fights. I think he's very, very, very good. But damn, man, you're gonna use special already? That's wow. That's a big statement.
I even had to add the man to my pound for pound list, man. The brother is, I mean, Jesus Christ. I don't think I've seen a guy like him since. I don't know. It's nobody that I can think. I never seen anybody like him. Big, tall, strong. I mean, I would say Roy Jones Jr., but I think David Morrell Jr. is going to be a heavyweight champion one day.
A heavyweight champion. Wow. You got high expectations for the kid. I don't even know if he has that high expectations as much as you do for him.
well, I mean, because David Morrell's black, of course you got nothing but bad things to say about him.
Well, he's Cuban, and he's a black Cuban, but you know, I don't hate anybody. I love all people. You know, I'm from the Bronx, and I'm half Puerto Rican.
So you're really German. I got
it. You know, BVO, you be pushing me, bro. You be pushing me.
Whoa, that was crazy. But I gotta say this though, man. I think the funny thing about what we seeing, man, with Morrell, and I get it. I get my brother CK don't believe in the David Morrell Jr., who I think is a terrific fighter. I mean, he literally went in there with a guy who's pretty tough and beat the brakes off of him. And that just don't happen. You don't see guys get in the ring and look so dominant. I mean, do I think he can beat Canelo? Absolutely not. I mean, I think Canelo might stop him. But when it comes to that guy, Benavidez, he'll beat the curls off of him.
But wait. So you saying that Canelo would stop David Morrell, right? That's what you're saying?
Yes, because of his experience.
So how can he be special if he can't even last 12 rounds with Canelo?
A lot of guys can't last with Canelo. You're talking about one of the greatest fighters that ever lived at this point. You know, probably a top 15 fighter. I mean, of all time. Let's not forget the name. Let's not forget the names. Austin Trout, Sugar Shane Mosley, Sergey Kovalev. I mean, and let's be honest here, he got robbed versus Bivol. That was a true robbery. That was a draw at best, and they stole it from Canelo. So I mean, hey, he lost to Floyd Joy Mayweather. We give him that. It happens, man. But Canelo is tough, man. You know, beat Danny Jacobs while he was still Danny Jacobs. Went in there and beat a tough Triple G, even though Triple G ran from Andre Ward. We know for a fact if Andre Ward had any nuts, he would have fought Canelo. But Andre Ward was scared of Canelo. So we got to stop.
Andre Ward was not scared of Canelo.
He was terrified. You're right. My bad. He was terrified of Canelo.
You're unbelievable, bro. You're unbelievable. He was not scared of him.
You're right. You say he was terrified. That's a better statement. You're right. And let's not forget, Carl Froch gave Ward all he could handle. If Carl Froch had a little bit more power, he would have stopped Andre. I mean, let's not play like Andre Ward is some world beater. They cheated Sergey Kovalev in that first fight. That was that's one of the worst decisions.
It was a close fight.
That's one of the worst decisions in boxing history.
You can't say that's one of the worst. That was not a robbery. It was a close fight. You know, you misjudge close fights for robberies. A robbery was Sweet Pea getting a draw versus Chavez. That's a robbery. He dominated that fight against Chavez. That's a robbery.
I mean, dominated, that's a strong word. He looked good, but I wouldn't say dominated. That's of course Tommy putting 100 on 10. I mean, I wouldn't say dominated. That's a huge statement right there. But he said the man will never be a heavyweight champion. You know what? It's funny, man. People said the same thing about a guy named Roy Jones Jr. People said the same thing about a guy named James Toney, Lights Out Tony. So I don't know what kind of boxing you guys watch. When I see a guy that comes from that cloth, I get excited. I don't know about no Cuban or none of that. All I see is probably one of the best black fighters we've seen in a long, long time, man. I mean,
and you're talking about, and you're comparing. You're saying this about Morrell and
yes,
Canelo?
Sir. No, I'm saying this about Morrell. Morrell's that guy. Morrell Jr. is that guy.
I think it's debatable as far as special, but I think he's a very good talent. And obviously, I want to see him get in there with Benavidez and with Canelo. I think he's ready for those guys, even though it's only been 10 fights. I think he's got the amateur pedigree. You know, he's won gold in the youth nationals, I believe. Mm-hmm. I mean, so 10 fights, I think is good enough. He fought a guy that had 30 fights, a strong guy, maybe not the top, in as far as competition, but still 30 fights is a pro, and he beat the guy to death pretty much, right? He stopped him in 2. He played with him for a little bit, so I think it's due. We've seen Loma get a shot at his second and third professional fight. We've seen Leon Spinks get a shot on his eighth fight against Ali, and he had a draw.
Fight.
No, I think it was 8th fight.
6th fight. I looked it up this morning. 6th.
All right. I will debate you over two fights. I think it's the 8th, but he did have a draw in those 8 fights. He was undefeated with 1 draw, and he beat Ali in a close decision. But the point is that if you got the amateur pedigree and you're noticed worldwide and people know who you are, then why not? If the sanctioning bodies want to rank you high and you want the opportunity to take, to get that shot and you get in there, then it's on you, right? I mean, some people they want to wait and build himself up. But if he feels he's ready, then why not? Why not get in there with Benavidez? You know what I'm saying? And get in there with Canelo.
Salute to my brother. What is it? Oppliment always says his name wrong. My man LDTV, man. Salute to my man Mark Nash in the building, Mr. Respectfully himself. But you know what? I gotta call you to the carpet on this, Tommy, because the only reason you're saying this is because David Morrell is black. That's the only reason you're saying
You're
this.
trying to make me look out like I don't like black fighters. My favorite fighter of all time is Sweet Pea Whitaker. He wasn't white and he wasn't Puerto Rican either. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, he might have been West Indian or something. So I don't know. I'm talking about you talking about a black fighter. You finding everything you can to say about this guy, man. I don't know why you're doing it. I don't know if you genuinely saying this. I mean, it sounds crazy, man. You just seeing really the rebirth, man, of big time boxing in the super middleweight division. We seen an absolute, I don't know what you call that. He was like he was feeding a tiger. I mean, y'all tell me in the doggone comments, am I wrong? But David Morrell looks like he might be that guy. I don't know.
And I'm not debating you on that. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. What I'm saying is that let's see him in there with the big guys now. And let's see what he can do. I believe he can do it. I believe he can beat the big guys. I think he beats Benavidez. I think he beats Canelo. But me thinking it and seeing it are two different things.
Hey, so like my man CDK said, he said, you gotta stop the capping, man. At the end of the day, I gotta say this. I agree, my man Tom. That's what Tommy does. I guarantee you, if the man had curly hair and ate nothing but Spanish food all day, he would be your guy. It's just that simple, bro.
And you don't think David Morrell does that?
No.
You don't think he eats Spanish food every day?
He's a brother. I don't know.
You don't think he eats rice and beans every day?
I don't know. What I gotta do is I gotta snatch your chain. I ain't done it, so I gotta snatch your chain because you out of pocket, man. You out of pocket because you're only saying this because he's a brother. It is
There's
sickening,
absolutely
man.
no way I'm saying
it's sickening. It's sickening, man. He said, bro, it had nothing to do with race and everything to do with experience. He might be that guy. Well, then again, that goes back to my man CDK, who doesn't give brothers a fair shot. At the end of the day, David Morrell is special. Everybody's not held to those same terms. When you see a guy beat a guy, I mean, that dude like he about to cry in the middle of the ring. I mean, I don't know, man. I've never seen a guy dominate like this, and it could be great matchmaking because I got to be honest, the matchmaking in boxing has been terrific. The last year, you've been seeing because we even seen Chris Colbert who took a nap in the ring before he fought Hector Garcia. He looked like he was a monster. So we got to give it up for the fact that there is some matchmaking involved. But when it comes to Morrell, he looks like the can man, African, American, Dominican, anybody can get it, bro. That brother.
But that's what I'm saying. You just saying everything right now. What we're saying. He looks like he can be special. He looks like he can be good. He can be this. But this is what we're saying. But you're saying he is special, and I don't know how you could say that. Or for the competition he's beat so far. Do we believe that he can be? Yes, I do believe it. But for you to say that he already is, I think that's crazy.
Can I ask you a serious question?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe in God?
Of course I do.
So you believe God created you?
Yes, I do.
So if you believe in God and you saying God created your eyes, you want to tell me God's eyes are wrong and what you're seeing with a guy like Morrell? Come on, dude. That's crazy at this point. That's crazy at this point.
You're a clown.
Hey,
that was good. That was good. That was very good.
It's the truth. It's the truth, man.
that was good.
You know, as my grandma said all the time, man, it sounds good. Might even make you feel good. But you know for a fact, David Morrell is probably, and I actually had him on my pound for pound list. Him and Bam Bam Rodriguez, man, they look like they might be those guys, man. Don't get me wrong. And Bam Bam's case, he hasn't been in there with anybody with a pulse yet.
Yeah.
But David Morrell is looking, same thing with Bam Bam. He looking like he might be that brother, man. He look like he might be the guy we've been waiting on. What they call it, the chosen one, man.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I don't want to argue with this no more. I think we agree to an extent. I think we both see what we see, like you said, God's eyes. But the fact that we're already labeling this guy as something that he's not quite yet, I think that's wrong. I mean, that's nothing but more than a prediction or more than you trying to read tell the future.
I mean, of course, I'll say this, and this is my brother Tommy when I say this. Of course, you would say that to discredit a black man. It's okay. But what I want you to understand is you can't tell me your eyes are wrong, man. You know boxing more than anybody.
I
I've
don't
been
know more
watching.
than anybody. I'm still learning boxing. I know some things. I mean, I'm here to learn. You know, you may teach me. You taught me that thing about God in the eyes. That was pretty slick. That was pretty good.
That's not slick, man. That's the truth. It's the truth. Well, let me ask you this: do you think boxing gonna be hurt by not having Showtime around?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, an old guy like me, right? That's so used to seeing, first it was HBO, and it's like, damn, man, HBO is gone. Like, it's not going to be the same. Then, we had Showtime, and now, I'm kind of going to feel like that, But as times are changing, and TV's changing, and now we're going to streaming. There's so many different, apps and streaming apps now. I mean, I don't think it's going to hurt, you know. But at the end of the day, as you say, BVO voice, at the end of the day, as long as, we see the fights we want to see, I don't think it's going to hurt. But if these promotions and these apps you want to say don't show the fights you want to see, then it's going to hurt. So, but it's just a matter as we get older and we get used to new things. We're in a new era. We're in the era of apps and tablets and watching and streaming and stuff. And you're still gonna have the piracy, So I don't think I would say no. We're not gonna hurt. I mean, I'm gonna miss it. I feel bad for the guys that are gonna lose that lost their jobs now. That are out of work now at Showtime. I'm sure they'll land on their feet somewhere else, probably with Amazon Prime, with the PBC going over there. But yeah, we're gonna miss it. I mean, 32 from 1986 to 2023. What's that? That's how many years is that? I don't know. My math is
That's still 36 years.
36, about 36 years, right? So, I mean, 36 years of great fights. I mean, that's pretty much why we wanted to do this show. We wanted to go over what we thought was our memorable fights, maybe the top fights on Showtime, memorable moments, memorable knockouts. I wrote down a list of few names, few fights. I don't know if you wrote down, and that's pretty much what this live is pretty much all about.
I mean, I definitely agree with what you're saying. He said, "F them dudes, LOL." And my man CDK definitely has 40 years of experience, but the thing that he does is that he don't let his eyes tell the story like they should. Boxing when you see it. When you see Morrell, you see like everything you thought Jamal Charlo would be, and it's just very disingenuous, man, to say otherwise when you know better. I mean, you making some erroneous points about, oh, he's got 10 fights, he's got this and that. But that's just another way for you to hold him back because he's the truth. And it's sickening, man. That's the problem, man.
You twisted my words, though. I did not say that. I said he's a very good fighter, and I believe he can be special. But I don't want to put that label on him yet. You're just quick to put a label on him. You're quick to give out trophies. You're quick to give out titles. Me, not so much. I want to see them earn it, and obviously I want to see them get the opportunity and a fair shake. You know what I'm saying? And I think he deserves that fair opportunity and fair shake. So I'm promoting Morrell. You're just trying to say that I hate the brother. I don't hate the brother. I'm a fan of Morrell. You twisted my words. You just trying to label him as great already, and I'm labeling him as a very, very good fighter. I think that's the difference. I think you're impatient and I'm patient. That's the difference between me and you right now.
Again, that's just another way. I can't beat Tommy in a talking contest. He's a very intelligent guy, but me, a man of the people. I'm gonna just tell you the truth, man. When you see a guy like this, man, you got to get excited. Super, my man, Joseph Townsend. My man Joseph Townsend in here. He said,
"Happy belated birthday." Yesterday was his birthday.
Oh man, happy birthday, Hermano. My man LDTV said, "This brother loves Tio the Ducker and Sucker. Case closed." That's a very weak point because we just see every time Tio fights somebody that whether it's Salvador Martin, whether
Sandor
it's
Martin.
Sandor Martin. My mistake, Sandor Martin. I'm thinking Salvador Sanchez. That's why I did that. But you think about Martin, who's about to be number one for the WBC belt at 140. My man Jermaine Ortiz, who arguably beat Loma, is his next fight. And then he called out Matias, and Matias said he jumped down the stairs and broke his hand mysteriously.
Oh my God.
I mean, at the end of the day, man, I like T.O.B. I mean, T.O. is actually the closest thing I've seen to Floyd Mayweather.
You're a wild boy.
He definitely looks a lot like Pretty Boy Floyd. I mean, just the absolute monster. the fights that he take on, it remind like this last fight, man, when he fought Josh Taylor, it reminded me a lot when my man Floyd went to Atlantic City and fought a monster and wasn't scared. I mean, one of my favorite interviews when they was interviewing Floyd, and Floyd said, "Yeah, I heard that the guy, and I cannot remember his name, he's going off my head. The guy from Atlantic City, man, Arturo Gotti. So he said, yeah, I'm gonna fight Arturo Gotti. I heard that Shane Mosley wants to come down to 147. I heard Oscar want to come down to 147. I'm for all of that, and that's exactly what Tio does, man. He wants all the best fights. He gets ducked. He doesn't complain. He doesn't whine. He takes whatever they give him, and he just beats people up.
So why did he avoid Devin Haney then?
We all know, if we're being honest, that Devin Haney, and of course we got to bring this up, former convicted felon Bill Haney, are liars. We know for a fact that they're liars, man. They're liars. They never wanted to fight. We heard Tio say, you don't want to do it. You're scared. You don't want to do it. And we just interviewed Elvis Tolbert, who said it best. Bill Haney does all that talking. It's not Devin. It's Bill Haney doing all that talking.
Well, Bill Haney manages and promotes his son, and he takes care of his son. So you're basically calling him a liar. So Tio's all truth. He never lies.
All boxers lie to an extent, but Tio seems to be the most honest. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I lost a lot of respect for Bill Haney when I heard Bill Haney say he don't have a boss, and I just heard his boss say we sent the offer over the tank. So I mean,
who's his boss?
Eddie Hearn's his boss.
No, that's not his boss.
That's his boss.
He does business with Eddie Hearn.
No, that's his boss.
So
his
then
boss
was Bob Arum his boss when he had the three-year deal with
the 3-fight deal? Yes, he was. Absolutely.
You're out of you're crazy.
He still was giving him 25% of his purse. Salute to Jamie Jam. Salute to you. At the end of the day, let's be honest here, man. Bill Haney has a boss. Devin the American Dream has a boss. His name is Eddie Hearn. So they got a daddy. So if they want to do something, they got to ask their daddy to do something.
So who's Tio's boss?
The Titans? Huh?
So Bob Arum's Tio's boss?
Absolutely.
He's Tio's daddy?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
As my man said it best, is this your team or this your daddy's team?
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember the Titans, man. Hey, unlike my man Tommy, I don't get up here and just cap, man. I just tell the guys honest truth. That's all.
Well, listen, I'm gonna just go right into it because we're gonna get into a discussion that I really don't want to get into. You call it people daddies and saying they're convicts and you calling people liars. And you know what? I want to go back to one of my five of my favorite fights. One of my favorite fights of five. I got 5 listed. I got maybe 6, and I'm just gonna list one. I think it was the first card on Showtime, if not the second. I believe it was March 1986. Marvin Hagler against Mugabe on Showtime. That was an action-packed fight. Hagler's right eye was almost closed in that fight. Mm-hmm. You want to talk about memorable fights? That's definitely in the top 5 of most memorable fights on Showtime. Hagler eventually stopped them, and they went to war. And Mugabe was a killer. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I just want to go there. What are your thoughts? Maybe you give me a different fight, or maybe you agree with that as one of the top 5 best fights on Showtime.
I would agree with that. That was a fight, but I think my favorite fights on Showtime were a little bit more recent. Was when Floyd Mayweather left HBO, which we thought would never happen, and came and just set the world a scorch when he joined the Showtime team. And Showtime, one of my favorite fights is when he fought Victor Ortiz, because Victor Ortiz was a tough guy at the time. He had some issues. We all know about him saying he don't deserve to get beat up like that. He's a little bit soft, but I don't know. Victor Ortiz was pretty tough. And to see Floyd go in there and break the man mentally, it was something else, man.
I agree to an extent, but the thing about Victor Ortiz in that fight, he basically quit. If you think about it, the headbutt, Floyd pretty much made him quit. He got him frustrated and quit. But we've seen Victor Ortiz quit before. Victor Ortiz quit, I believe it was wasn't Madonna that he quit against? So that would have been the second time he quit. But I agree with you. That was a big fight for Floyd. He left HBO. Was that his first fight with Showtime?
I think it was his second
one. And that was a big fight. People thought Victor Ortiz had a shot. When Victor first came up, people thought that he was going to be a great superstar. until I believe it was the Madonna fight where he broke him, and then he said like this is not for me anymore. Getting hit in the head, it was some quote like that, and
no, he said I don't deserve to get beat up like this.
I didn't deserve it. That's what it was, something like that. I'm sorry, I can't be perfect, BVO, but I know it's to that extent. And then the Floyd fight, Floyd frustrated him, and he went to headbutting and trying to be dirty, and he deserved what he got in that fight. But I tell you, the highlight of that fight. I'm sorry, the highlight of that fight was the post fight where Larry Merchant was like, "I wish I was 50 years younger so I could kick your ass." I think that was the highlight of the whole fight.
Salute to my co-host D Freed, man, aka the Oscar hater, aka Don't Respect Ring Magazine himself. I would say I think when Floyd came to Showtime, it really let you know that Showtime was interested in doing big time boxing. And one of my favorite fights on Showtime as well is when my man Floyd Mayweather fought Miguel Cotto, who I believe Miguel Cotto gave his best performance ever in a loss was versus Floyd George Mayweather Jr. I mean, that was a terrific fight.
Yes.
He made Floyd stand in front of him. There was no running. He made him fight,
Yeah.
Of course, on BVO Boxing, Roll with the Punches Pocket, we don't cuss for the first 30 minutes out of respect for YouTube. But I just got to say that, he really tried to F this kid up. And Floyd was able to persevere. We seen Floyd with a bloody nose. We're not used to seeing Floyd get touched. Mm-hmm. But Floyd really had to earn that victory. That fight actually got Floyd Sr. back in his corner. Of course, we all know the great Roger Mayweather was going through some health issues, but seeing his son get beat up like that inspired him to get back with his son. And then we know the rest of the history. But that fight, Miguel Cotto came to win. And I feel like if Miguel Cotto could have got started sooner, he probably would have beat Floyd. Just in my humble opinion. I
think that's fair. What's good, D Free?
What's going on?
What's going on? Just to recap real quick, we basically wanted to talk about Showtime and our memorable moments, memorable fights, maybe 5 of each, or maybe we agree on it. And of course, your boy BVO wanted to go and start an argument about current stuff. So we're going to try to stay on topic here, because BVO be trying to bully people here. So I just wanted to give you a quick heads up of what's going on. So we both kind of named one fight each. I don't know. Maybe you want to go. You got a memorable fight from Showtime.
My most memorable fight from Showtime was Mike Tyson biting off Holyfield's ear. That's my most memorable moment.
Well, that was on Showtime. That's crazy. I thought that was HBO.
No, that was Showtime.
That was Showtime.
That was Showtime. Yes. Yeah. That was Was that the first? That was the first one, right?
Yeah, the first
one. That was in 95, 96.
Yeah, 95.
Yeah, okay. Nope. I actually wrote that one down as one of my 5. That's crazy. 1996, November 9th.
Oh, that was 96? Oh, okay.
96, November 9th, yeah.
But
you know what? My apologies. That might be Holyfield 2. That's 2. Was 96. You might be right. 95 1.
That was 2?
Yeah, 2 was in 96.
Okay.
That was in Holyfield TKO in the 11th. Yeah.
And you know what's so funny about that whole matchup was that this was after Big Daddy Bo had really beat the life out of Evander. Knocked him out cold, sleep. Then he went into there with his biggest fight. It had, to me, one of his best performances there. Because, even my mother used to say, that Holyfield Tyson 1 was amazing. That was an amazing fight. I mean, that was just, that was boxing at its purest. She said, my man Case of War in the building, salute to my brother Case of War. But another memorable fight on Showtime for me was watching Erickson Lubin going there against Jamel Charlo and get knocked the heck out in the first round. I couldn't believe
sick.
That was epic, man. That was just an epic fight.
And Lubin was talking really crazy before that fight, if you remember. Lubin came in talking really reckless. A lot of people thought he wasn't ready for that fight, and he was talking real reckless to Charlo. I think he talked, Charlo's are known for talking too, but Lubin came in there talking really crazy, and first round, sick. I believe it was an uppercut. Was it? Was it an uppercut that caught him?
Yeah, it was a sneaky uppercut. It was crazy. And you know what's so funny about that fight? I think that fight kind of started to put Jamel on the map to where it wasn't just about his big brother Jamal. Mm-hmm. It really was a special fight because you know what, people say what they want, but I always give Lubin credit for saying, you know what, I want the big fight. Went in there, and as my man D Free said the best, he's sucking for an uppercut. That's always been his problem, man.
Well, I'm gonna give you a trilogy. Now, Showtime's had a few trilogies, but I'm gonna give you the greatest trilogy in the history of boxing. Not only was it a trilogy, they went 4 fights, but the 4th fight, it ended in a knockout. It wasn't as good as the first 3, and the 3rd fight was probably the best fight. I'm talking about Israel Vasquez against Rafael Marquez. Those 3 fights were legendary. Those were legendary. They went 4. I don't know if you could think of any trilogy that was better than that.
The only one that comes close to that, and I don't even know if they fought a trilogy. I know they fought 2 times. Was Mickey Ward and
Gotti, right?
Yeah.
And Gotti. Yeah, that was they did do a trilogy. Yeah, that was a trilogy, but I don't think it comes close. And I think that was more HBO anyway. But as far as the history of trilogies altogether, yes, you could include that. But I think Showtime wins, and I think Vasquez and Marquez was better than those 3. I mean, we see knockouts pretty much in all 4 of those fights. No, the 3rd fight was a split decision.
Yeah.
Stoppages in 3 of the 4 fights.
Yep.
And another fight that was really tough was, it's funny that Floyd, when he went in there against Robert the Ghost Guerrero, man, that was a tough fight. I mean, Floyd said he was going to fight him in the middle of the ring, and I just remember the 24/7 where his wife was so pissed that Floyd didn't go in the middle of the ring and trade what he left him promised.
Well, you knew that Floyd wasn't gonna go toe to toe with the guy.
But they did the picture. But he promised that he would. He promised that he would.
He promised in the photo shoot. I remember it clearly. They had a photo shoot, the Showtime photo shoot, and they had the face off, and he said toe to toe. All right, you heard what he said, toe to toe. But I mean, come on, you really expected Floyd to fight him toe to toe?
No, I didn't. And of course, the greatest fight that ever was on Showtime will definitely probably be Canelo versus Floyd Mayweather. I mean,
you're out of your mind, and you're crazy. And the greatest Showtime fight.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm saying. I mean, let me explain what I'm saying.
I'm gonna give you one, and let D Free go next. Actually.
Okay, yeah, of course. Only reason I say that is because we've seen literally a physical passing of the torch to Canelo. It's funny because Canelo got beat to death and kind of got the torch where he never was that B-side again. But go ahead, Free. What you think about it?
But that's not a great fight. That's a great moment. You could put that as a moment, but you can't say that's a great fight, bro. That wasn't a great fight. It was an okay fight.
That was not a great fight, and that wasn't a passing of the torch neither.
I mean, it may be a moment for Canelo, if you want to say that, but it's not a great fight, bro.
No, it wasn't a great fight, and it wasn't a passing of the torch. When you pass the torch, that means you took the loss and the other person took the win. That wasn't a passing of the torch.
No, it was passing the torch on the fact of after that fight from then on out, Canelo was the A-side and never was the B-side again.
He wasn't a B-side in no other fight before that until he fought Floyd.
Yeah.
That was the only time he was a B-side was Floyd. If Floyd come back right now, he'd be B-side again. He's only been a B-side to Floyd.
Yeah.
And another thing, I don't know if you guys give this any credence to it, but what Floyd did at 36 years old is very similar to what we see LeBron James doing in the NBA right now. I mean, he was at an advanced age and really and beat a young hungry lion who had just beat Austin Trout. So I mean, that's why I say the performance was so special, because I didn't know Floyd had that much left, to be honest with you, to beat somebody like that.
So would you say that Floyd is a special fighter?
Floyd is definitely he's definitely an ATG. He's one of the best, for sure. Yes. He is one of the best.
That's what the reason I say that is because let's go back to the beginning of the show where you labeled Morrell as a special fighter already. And that's what I'm saying. It's not fair to label somebody who's still active and only 10 fights in to somebody that was special as Floyd Mayweather, who finished his career undefeated. And you know the rest. I don't have to go down his resume. You're a Floyd
fan. I'm not a Floyd fan. I just respect what Floyd did. To be honest with you, Floyd left a lot of meat on the bone. we could say, of course, people like to say the Paul Williams fight never came up. The Margarito fight, we never got that. We never got the Triple G fight. It's a bunch of fights where I felt like Floyd could have did better, but that's just BVO, looking at, what it takes to be the greatest of all time.
Did you say Triple G?
Yeah, Triple G said he would come down to 154 to fight Floyd.
No, Triple G said he'd come down to 154. Floyd, I think Floyd fought at 54 one time, and it wasn't even 54. It was a catchweight.
There's a catchweight with Cotto, I believe.
He fought at 54 twice. He fought at 54 twice.
Well, the Cotto was the Cotto 154 because he fought Cotto.
No, that was 54.
That was 54.
No, right? Cotto was 54. And Canelo Alvarez was a catchweight. He fought at 54 with Cotto. Yeah. He fought a catchweight with Cotto. With Canelo.
Yeah, I think he fought at 152 with Canelo.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
that's also the same Triple G. Right after he said that, he said he's the best in the world, and daggone Andre Ward said, "Well, I come down and fight you at 160," and he said, "No, he's too big for me."
I mean, I won't listen. I won't deny Triple G. I always had that black eye on his record because he ran from Andre Ward. I mean, forget ducking. I mean, he just actually put his shoes on and said, "Leave me alone." I remember people back in the day would say, "Why is he picking on Triple G?" But
I don't know nobody that wanted to see Floyd versus Triple G. I haven't heard nobody say they wanted to see that fight.
I have heard that too. I'm not gonna lie because my good friend Sock wanted to see it too.
Yeah, Shock.
But Sock is a Floyd hater too. So
I'm about to say Shock hates Floyd.
Yeah, but he's not here to defend himself. So I don't. But I know that he did want to see that fight. So
I mean, that fight always comes up though.
Yeah.
No, but see, I don't like how people say, "Oh, Floyd ducked this person, Floyd ducked that person." We didn't see those fight, but nobody talks about the time when Floyd was trying to fight all of the top guys, and none of those guys wanted to see him. When he was trying to fight Costa Zoo, he was trying to fight Sugar Shane at Shane's weight class, not the Shane that blew up, the Shane that was at 135. He was trying to fight him. He was trying to fight Prince Hamid. He was trying to fight all those guys. None of those guys wanted to fight him.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Hey, you know what though? But Prince Hassim wanted to beat no Floyd. I mean,
but he was talking like he was going to beat Floyd until Floyd called him out, and he ain't want to take that smoke.
Hey, Prince Hassim was a lot of things, but I wouldn't say he was no great fighter.
He was a good showman. He was not.
He was a great showman.
Yeah, until he fought somebody that could bang and punish him, because I seen Hamed get dropped a few times. The Kelly fight, he got dropped a couple times, right?
Yeah, he got him and Amir Khan are the same person. Yeah, him and Amir Khan are the same person. Man, they looked really great early on, and then when they got in there, they both didn't have no chin. I mean, they would go right down.
Yeah, but
I can see that. The only difference is, of course, Prince Hamid had better boxing ability, as far as movement.
Yeah. Khan was a bit faster, but I think Hamed had a better chin because Hamed, you seen him get hurt, but he got up and he fought. Like you seen Khan get hit and he don't get up. So
I mean,
that man go to sleep.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you one of the best fights on Showtime, and that nobody's mentioned yet, and I'm surprised. I mean, Diego Corrales versus Luis Castillo was probably, if not the greatest, maybe top 3 greatest fights on Showtime. When Diego Corrales got knocked down twice in that 10th round, he spit out the mouthpiece like twice and came back and dropped and knocked out Luis Castillo. That might have been, and that was a war, that whole entire fight.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, because everybody thought Diego Corrales was about to get stopped, or the fight was out of hand. And that man came back in that last round and said, "Fuck this shit. I gotta go balls to the wall." Pause. I gotta go balls to the wall.
The 10th round, and I believe what helped him spitting out the mouthpiece, because that gave him more time. He spit out the mouthpiece, I believe, twice. So, but to me, that was a top. Yeah, that was a top 3 best fight. If my aunt has
JP carry on, fellas. Another fight that we don't really talk about was definitely, man, was your boy. Man, what's that? I just lost his name. My bad. I just lost his name. When Floyd fought. Hey, what's that dude's name, man?
You got Floyd in every fight.
Because that's when I really started paying attention to Showtime. To be honest with
you. So you didn't watch boxing in the 90s?
Well, I watched 80s? A lot of I watched a lot of. Well, in the 80s, I wasn't born, but I watched a lot of HBO and ESPN Friday night fights. Because when I was young, I came up with a guy named, I don't know if you ever heard of Kurt Burt Sugar.
Yeah.
Him, Dan Lampley, those guys kind of raised me. I was an HBO baby. I would watch HBO, so I wasn't really watching Showtime as much as I was watching HBO because HBO had Don King, and me being from Cleveland, everybody loved Don King, so it wasn't like I was watching Showtime. It wasn't as accessible as HBO was at that time. So
Don King is the GOAT. Made the greatest investment, in the history of investments in donations wise. He donate like, I don't know what it was, like 200,000 to like the governor, and then he got pardoned. He don't make he got pardoned because he went to jail for killing somebody.
Oh
yeah, remember he was part of that mob in Cleveland.
Hold on, man. Don King never did any of that, man. That's alleged.
It was a donate. You don't know the story?
I know the story, but you make stuff up, man. Like you going crazy right now. You talking about?
I'm speaking facts.
A man who was married 50 years, man. You going crazy right now, man.
He went to jail.
Cállate la boca. Shut your mouth. Cállate la boca. Cállate la boca.
You supposed to stop. Y'all keep talking. Huh? You keep talking, man. And you shut the fuck up. Huh?
Yo, can you share that video with me? I want to use that video too. Cállate la boca.
Hey,
you're reckless, bro.
Hey, but let me ask you a question, Freak. What was the best fight you think you seen Showtime in the early 2000s? What was the best fight you seen on Showtime? My brother,
he's on mute. He might have stepped away. He's on mute. I don't know if he's talking or not.
Oh, well, I asked you, Tommy. What's your next best fight you would say for Showtime, my brother?
I mean, most of the fights I have early on, I thought, I have Holyfield and Tyson. I thought that was a memorable fight. The second one,
yeah.
But I mean, in 2000s there was some memorable knockouts. I'm gonna go back to Nonito Donaire when he knocked out Darchinian, the first one.
Oh yeah,
that was a great moment. That was like 2007, I believe.
Yeah,
that was a great moment. 2000s. One of the fights that I always wanted to see, I didn't think it would be as easy as it was. I always thought Peter Quinlan was a solid fighter, and he went in there against Jacobs, and I thought we were going to get a mega fight, and Jacobs just destroyed him. He destroyed him. So to me, that was memorable because I thought, that was Brooklyn versus Brooklyn. That was a big fight at the time, at least for me, because I always thought Peter Quinlan was good, and then after that, he kind of faded. So that was another memorable fight in 2000s.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Then they used to call him Kid Chocolate for a minute.
What's up?
When they call him Kid Chocolate for a minute.
Kid Chocolate, yeah, that was his name. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the Miracle Man beat the chocolate out of him, man.
Yeah, but nobody thought that was going to happen. They both didn't like each other, and it was Brooklyn, and they were both, I believe, they were both undefeated at the time. And me, I thought it was going to be a close fight. I thought it was going to be a good fight, and I didn't expect Jacobs to go in. No, actually, Jacobs had a loss already. Jacobs got knocked out already. But I thought it was going to be a good fight. I didn't expect Jacobs to go in there and just destroy him like that.
Yeah, I'll say this: the thing about Showtime that I'm gonna miss the most is that they really had something special where you would watch the best fight, and they had some of the best production in those fights, like the commentary, Al Bernstein. I'm gonna miss all those guys, man.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Lennon Jr. I mean, they put on a great show. I hope a lot of those guys go over to Prime, man, because
you gotta believe they will.
Yeah, we have something special with Showtime, and it's sad to see it go. We got a lot of haters that want to see it go, but then when they gave a guy from Cleveland, Ohio, man, an opportunity to be great and gave him a home, I think that PBC deal really paid off huge dividends, man. I hate that the year we got this year, we didn't get in the past, and I think that's why they lost their deal because they got together way too late.
Yeah.
That's the problem. We got a lot of we've been so spoiled this year that we forget that we had a lot of doodle fights for the last 5 years. So,
I mean, I think this year as a whole was pretty good.
That's what I'm saying. We've been so blessed this year. You know, it's just I don't know, man. I just say I'm gonna miss Showtime, and I definitely got to ask my brother Free because he wasn't on the podcast with us yesterday. What did you think about Chris Colbert taking a nap in the ring?
Who?
Chris Colbert taking a nap. You know, he took a nap in the middle of the ring.
It should have happened in the first fight. I was glad to see him get some well-needed rest. I was glad for him to get some well-needed rest. You can see he had bags under his eyes and everything. That man needed some rest. And Rayo was man enough and kind enough to give that man his sleeping pills. So, I mean, that was good. That was a good showmanship of Rayo.
Yeah, he got him out there early. You know, early night.
hit his face on a turnbuckle. How many times do you see that? That was nasty. That looked like me and Tommy fighting.
Here's another one for early 2001.
Yeah.
Zab Judah against Costa Zoo. That was a Showtime fight.
Oh my God.
That was
man,
Showtime.
That was crazy.
Yeah, Zab Judah Costa Zoo. Yeah.
Oh, that was classic.
That was a memorable fight.
I'm gonna tell you something about Costa Zoo. People forget because he had that goofy hairstyle. Costa Zoo was a bad dude, man.
Yeah.
He was a bad boy, man. Hey, I love that Cirque Entertainer thing where he said, Zab Judah got up and said, "Don't play with matches." And then went down. But yeah, that Gotti versus Ward, that was HBO case of boy.
Yeah, that was HBO. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta stop.
Everybody
talks
about
moonshine, man.
Just like Josh Sanders saying now. That's why it's so memorable because you've never seen a guy do a dance like that after getting hit so hard. You know.
Yeah, Brian Custer is hilarious, man. I love Brian Custer, man. And you know what's so funny about that Jab Judah fight with Costa Zoo? I don't know why he fought Costa Zoo because that was not a good fight for him.
Was it a unification? It wasn't a unification?
I can't remember, man.
Or was it his first title shot for Zab?
I can't remember, man. I just because all I can remember is just the knockout. I honestly forgot all the stuff surrounding because the knockout was just so crazy.
Yeah.
Like seeing Super Judah with hair too. But what I gotta say though, I know we've been showing a lot of love. I just want to say, thank you to Showtime for all the hours of entertainment. Man,
no, that man Zab Judah didn't even know he was knocked out, man. That man got up and said something crazy to the ref, like, "Don't ever play with matches."
He put his hands in the ref too. That's why he got suspended a year after that.
Yeah.
He got suspended a whole year because of it.
Yeah, he got for putting his glove in the ref throat. He got suspended after that.
It's so funny. One thing I always say about Super Judah is that's the first guy that was faster than Floyd, but that's when Floyd's discipline just came out shining like a brand new car, man. Because what?
No, I was gonna say I was about to say my most memorable moment of Showtime boxing. For me, and it's because I was there. And this was, I think this might have been the only fight that I was at for Showtime, and it was a pay-per-view fight, and that was Ugas and Spence. That was crazy. Because at one point you saw Spence beating Ugas up, but Ugas looked like he was taking it and he was game. And then when Ugas caught Spence with his mouthpiece fell out, everybody was like, "Oh, is he going to stop Spence?" And then all of a sudden, Spence waved the referee off and was like, "Nah, I'm good." And then they started fighting again, and Spence commenced to whooping his ass.
Yeah. And it's always a better experience when you're there live, like because you can sometimes you can hear the shots, and it's so different than TV. Like watching the fight live is so much different. Like you can hear the beat, and these guys are
especially when it's a big fight, because you don't hear the commentator, you just hear the crowd and you
Yep.
hear the punches. Especially when you sitting close enough to hear the punches, you like, oh my God, he's killing them.
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you this, man. It's gonna be missed. Showtime's gonna be missed. But at the end of the day, man, all good things come to an end, and I think it's good because the see Amazon Prime, this is going to be a bigger network. I mean, you got Canelo, you got Benavidez, you got, my favorite brother from the Midwest, man, David Morrell Jr. So it's just so much more we got going, man. And I gotta say this, man. I apologize to my man Tommy because that brother was saying some crazy stuff about David Morrell Jr. And it's only because he's black. I don't know why he's talking like this about this brother, but I don't know, man. It is what it is, man.
I think you got my wife laughing, man. You're so fucked up, man. You're so messed up. Sorry, I cursed that far. But you see, this is how you got me. You be lying on my name, man. That's messed up. People are gonna think of me as some type of, I'm not even gonna go there, man.
Well, I'll say this, Omano. This is me, your brother, and I love you. But
I'm showing my face and everything. It's like, how you gonna do that to me, man?
Hey, I'm over here phone closed. I'm over here phone closed, baby. So all I can say is, as my man said it best, man, it sounds good, might even make you feel good. But guess what, man? You cannot deny what you're seeing with David Morrell, man. That is the best. That's one of the best guys in boxing, man. I got to shoot my brother, man. BVO officially has a favorite fighter. Forgive me, guys. I know y'all. I know y'all know me for being non-biased, man. But I gotta be honest. David Morrell Jr., man, is the guy. We gotta
I'll tell you one thing. In 10 to 15 years, David Morrell is going to be a great trivia question.
No,
he was the last main event on Showtime.
No, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you this. I got Morrell over everybody at 68. Is there anybody else you need to see him in the ring before he get in there with David Benavidez or Canelo?
No, I would like to see it now. That's what I was saying. I was agreeing with you.
No.
I agreed with you with everything you said. You're a liar. Rewind the tape. I agree with everything you said, except for labeling him as special. You said special right now.
That's what we're not gonna do. We're not gonna say black and Spanish people as liars because they're black and Spanish. I get that you German, but we're not gonna say black and Spanish people as liars, man. We're not gonna do that. That's what we're not gonna do.
Jesus.
But what I'm gonna tell you is this: what we see with Morrell, I understand why Benavidez don't want none because he would beat the taco pizza out of him. I could just see tacos, Mexican pizzas, Mexi melts all over the floor, man. He got no chance against David Morrell Jr. That's one of the baddest brothers I've seen since Roy Jones Jr., man. I'm telling you. What you think, Free?
Now you can say he might be as close to Sugar Ray Leonard as you've seen, but definitely not Ryan Garcia. But no, I've been telling people this for about 3 fights now. David Morrell over everybody at 168. I don't see nobody at 168 beating him because not only does the man have the boxing ability, but he has the power and the defense. And these guys, they not used to facing somebody with the total package. Like they used to face somebody that can box, but they can't bang. Or they used to face somebody that can bang but can't box. They haven't faced nobody like David Morrell who has the total package. He might be the only person that I say might have a chance to beat Arthur Butterbean. He might be the only person I say might have a chance.
Well,
that's a big statement. That's a big statement.
Definitely, yes. But I agree with both of you. I don't know why BVO keeps slandering my name, man. I agree with both of you. I just can't sit here and say that he is special right now. I said he's very, very good, but I just want to see him, and I believe that he beats both guys. I'm in agreement. But just because I don't want to label him as special, BVO wants to slander my name. This guy's crazy, bro.
No, it's because he's black. I'm going to call you out. It's because David Morrell Jr. is black. You don't want to show him any love, and he embraces it, and he's from the Midwest. But I'll just say this, man.
So what am I being Puerto Rican from the South, from the Bronx?
No.
What does that make me?
You're German. You're not Puerto Rican. You're German. You're a Puerto Rican, 75% German, man. Your great aunt was Puerto Rican. That doesn't make you Puerto Rican, bro.
Jesus.
You a quarter Puerto Rican, man. That's like me saying because I'm a quarter white. Oh, I'm a white guy now. Come on, dude. You a
My
quarter
mom
Puerto
was
Rican.
Puerto Rican, okay? Last name Serrano, like Amanda Serrano, and my father was German. You got my wife over here laughing at me now, calling me all sorts of Puerto Ricans. You know, you're slandering my name, man. This is messed up.
This is the thing. This
I'm
is what I
streaming
want
this to my channel, and they're gonna be like, "Yo, is this guy really German?"
This is the thing about it. Whatever your father is what you are. Just like
no, that's not how it works.
No.
That's not how it works.
The only reason I call my brother D3 Puerto Rican is because his father's Puerto Rican, so he's Puerto Rican. You're German, brother. And stop trying to lie to the people. It's unfair and it's wrong. And I want to just say this.
So D3's not black. He's just Puerto Rican.
Don't get mad at me, nigga. I'm here telling the truth. If somebody else should have told you this.
Black in you,
Don't get mad at me.
It doesn't matter what your father are. If you got black in you, you are black.
So
that's how it works.
I'm an exception to the rule.
No, you're German. I get it. You're German, man. Every time I see you, man, you eat schnitzel and sauerkraut.
I've never had that in my life.
Applesauce, all that stuff. But
I just ate rice and beans for dinner today. What's wrong with you?
All jokes aside, man, I gotta say, man, it's always good talking to my brother Tommy from the Bronx. And of course, my brother D3, man, we always have a bond. Me and D3 go back and forth all the time, man. And the funny thing I gotta say, man, boxing is going to miss Showtime the same way it's going to miss HBO. But I'm just glad to say that we was a part of this era and got to watch it. One day our kids gonna say, "Did you see the Showtime fights?" Because I mean, Amazon and all these streaming yards are taking everything, man. It's not gonna be no more watching TV for the fights, man.
Go ahead. I was gonna say I was fortunate enough to be able to see damn near all of the HBO fights and all of the Showtime fights. Like when HBO first started putting on fights, I was real young, so I didn't pay attention to it that much. But I was around when it first started, so I was fortunate enough to see all of those.
Well, just because BVO is a hater, I'm gonna mention one more memorable fight, early 2000s, mid 2000s.
What the fuck you say?
Madonna versus Broner. How about that one for a fight from your Ohio brother?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a low blow. That's a low blow. But I expect that from a German cat. That's a low blow. And I love my German brothers. I'm from Cleveland. We all kick it, man. But I'm gonna just say this, man. That was one of those fights where, to be honest with you, when AB took the belt, he took it from a guy in Paulo Malignaggi, 2-division champion, who really was not a true welterweight. So when he got in there with a true welterweight, in a loss, I think that was the best. That was the best performance I ever seen Adrian Broner give us. I mean, even McDonough.
I agree with you.
Even McDonough said it best, man. Like Adrian Broner really hurt me.
Yeah. No, and he did hurt Madonna in that fight too. That was the best. I mean, he let his hands go. That was the most I've seen Adrian Broner let his hands go. But
that was the last time you seen Adrian Broner let his hands go.
That as well. Yeah. It's funny because that last round against Porter, he's like, "Wow, what the hell just happened?" Right? He knocked Porter down.
Yeah, he let his hands go.
He let his hands go. I mean,
but when you take that kind of punishment, he took some punishment with McDonough because, unlike Amir Khan when he knocked McDonough out, I don't think AB was that fast, so he could do with and still make fights, man. And Amir Khan was just so fast that McDonough couldn't touch him. That's why I think he knocked him out so easy. But that fight,
Khan won that fight.
Yeah, Khan won that fight.
He didn't stop him though, because he got up from the body shot. It was a body shot.
Oh, I thought he stopped him on one.
I don't think he stopped him. No, that went to decision.
I'm
almost positive. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, I'm not perfect, but it was I remember it was a body shot.
What you talking about?
The Madonna against Khan. It was a body shot.
At 140.
But I don't think he stopped him.
Khan didn't get stopped in that fight. He went to the decision.
No, Madonna got dropped with a body shot, but I think he got up.
He got up. It went to a decision.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It went to decision.
Madonna never been stopped. He never been stopped.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but he got dropped bad. Like that body shot was wicked, but he got up. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I was at my homeboy Joey's. I was watching that, getting my haircut.
BVO, man, my memory, I got a memory like an elephant, bro. Like, I remember a lot of things, man.
Yeah. Hey, you know, and I remember that Tommy's the first guy I ever heard of that stole somebody's phone and helped them look for it. So I remember that too, man. That's the type of cat we talking about when we talk about my man Tommy from the Bronx, man. I mean, the man stole a man's phone and then helped him look for it and said,
"You slander my nationality. You slander the Bronx. You're off the hook, man." Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this, man. At the end of the day, in BVO's voice, because that's his line. At the end of the day, I think this was a great live. I think we went over some good fights, and I appreciate you having me on your platform. And you're a very entertaining guy, and I see why people like your channel. And of course, D-Free, I'm always on. D-Free's always welcome on my joint. D-Free knows boxing. You know, I'm not saying BVO don't know boxing, but BVO's wordplay is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to thank you and appreciate you for having me on and going over these memorable moments of Showtime. As we say farewell.
Before you go, I like how because D-Free's a Puerto Rican, he knows boxing. I like how you did that. That was slick, man. That was slick. Because I'm a brother. Because I'm a brother, man. I'm one of the only black channels on YouTube, man, that's giving you unbiased opinion, man. And you were coming at me with that. And I'm going to tell you right now, you broke my heart on that one, Fredo.
Wait, I'm going to tell you one thing. You're in the great state of Ohio, man. I'm sure you know some football, though.
Yeah. I mean, and I'll tell you this, man. When you do what you just did there, all I can say is this, man. You're chilling.
Take off, fight for it, yo. 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 Take off. Take off.
So go back to the horse races, man, and go bet and bet some money. But it's your boy BVO Boxing. It's your boy D-Free, aka the Oscar hater, aka he don't respect Ring Magazine, aka don't want to give Teofimo no love for being undisputed 2 times. And salute to my man Tommy from the Bronx, man. And you know, we can't leave without showing some love, man. The Browns won again. I mean, Cleveland to the Super Bowl. I mean, 9-5, man. No quarterback. You know, you see how we do, man. Browns, baby.
That was a comeback win. Y'all came back and won. That was pretty impressive.
That's all we do is win, man. And it's your boy BVO. Peace.
We really boxing. Who wanted the baddest? Let's see.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weeping and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video. Put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO. Bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO. This how it's finna go. I'ma throw some jabs. Make them think my punch is weaker than I hook his ass. This the ring, not the kitchen, but I'ma cook his ass. Me and him, that's the pro versus the rookie class. All my life I had to fight, but I still love it. Me and BVO got moves that you can't steal from us. And these haters be throwing shots, but I don't feel nothing. I ain't gonna lie, shit, they alright, but we a little rougher. Step up for the title and face your rival, this ain't no little tussle. Bet I be no bird, being chicken to get your feathers ruffled. Footwork, I'm dancing around my opponent like the Cupid shuffle. Good work, bodies hit the flow, they can't move a muscle. The upside is we ain't in the streets, shooting and shooting up. Catch me in the ring, sticking, moving and suited up. I know everybody can eat, but I ain't full enough. Oh, you said it's smoking some beef? I guess I'm pulling up. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weeping and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video. Put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO. Bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is